everyone, it's Arunima here, one of the sopranos of Vox Musica, one of the soloists for our upcoming project, Life in Color, Sunday, April 18th, 5 p.m. Pacific time, live streamed on voxmusica.net/project-5. Go there right now to get your tickets if you have not already, because you are not going to want to miss this. So I'm going to talk about one of the pieces that I'm going to be singing on Sunday. It is called Perineo. It is by the American composer Libby Larsen and text by the poet Roberto Echevarren, who is an Uruguayan poet. The piece itself is in Spanish and English. The original text is in Spanish, and then translation put in by Libby Larsen. The reason why I wanted to do this piece is less about the language or about the people who composed it or wrote the poetry, and more about where the piece came from. So the piece is from this project called the AIDS Quilt Songbook. If you're familiar with the AIDS quilt, the National AIDS Quilt, it's a similar kind of project and a similar kind of genesis. If you're not familiar with it, highly encourage you to check it out. So the AIDS Quilt Songbook was the brainchild of the baritone William Parker, who himself had AIDS, and he felt like particularly the singing community, was not being sufficiently vocal about HIV, AIDS, and in benefit concerts was not really addressing HIV, AIDS, and what it was doing to people, what it was doing to the community. So he collected a number of texts and got 18 of the most prominent American composers of the day, and got them to write pieces, which were then premiered on June 4th, 1992 at Lincoln Center, with 4 different baritones singing the pieces. So these are not actually written for soprano, but you can kind of make it work. And not all of the pieces deal directly with AIDS or are directly related, but they are all in some way connected. This piece, Perineo, is one of those pieces that is not clearly directly about AIDS, but it is about what it is to be alive, what it is to exist as an entity, and it has a really almost defiant spirit to it, and is really very much a statement of existence. And I really, really love it, and I am so glad to return to this piece and to be sharing it with all of you. So, without further ado, let me give you a little bit of a preview of the beginning of the piece, and I will get everything set up in just a second. And for more, join us this Sunday, April 18th, 5 p.m. Pacific time, voxmusica.net/project-5. Get your tickets now. You will not want to miss this. And if you can't make it at 5 p.m., you can always buy your tickets and watch it later. Looking forward to seeing you then. Looking forward to sharing this piece and revisiting it with all of you. And if you haven't checked out or aren't familiar with the AIDS Quilt, the National AIDS Memorial, the AIDS Quilt Songbook, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to check them out. The squares of the AIDS Quilt are all online right now because of the COVID pandemic, because it can't tour around the country. So it's really, really something to see them. All right. Thanks so much.